on Fresh, baby. What's up? We're here. We're here.
Dude, I love it, man. We're here. We're here.
Eddie Island is
we made
in
it.
the
We made
house.
it.
So good to see you, dog.
Mm.
More specifically, you're not even in a house. You're at Pinewood.
I'm at Pinewood in the secret bird room, vibing and thriving out here. It's amazing.
Dude.
Iced coffee, you know what I'm saying? Loving it.
Oh, you got an iced coffee? Wow, look at that bougie iced coffee, dude. Pinewood, they hook it up, dude.
They hook it up, bro, for real. I'm doing a coconut almond milk blend, LOL, pinkies up, and it's amazing.
Dude, you live behind Pinewood?
Yeah, I live behind Pinewood on the hill. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
I just scooter to Pinewood, or I walk to Pinewood almost every day, living the dream, you know what I'm saying?
So Pinewood is your office?
It's like my office for real. I'm not kidding. Like, it's for real. It's getting to be like the office. I actually brought my little keyboard. I'm producing a song right now, like at my table, like for real. It's kind of getting crazy. It's getting wild.
So wait, what's these artist lofts you live in?
Dude, they're great, man. It's been like a dream of mine. It's called Rhyme and Loss. They're beautiful. And you have to apply, you have to be an artist, you have to fit this income bracket, and like it's basically like affordable housing for artists in Nashville. And I got in right after Idol ended. I was like, where am I gonna live? Everyone thought I was a millionaire. I didn't get paid from the show at all because I'm awful at the contract, and it's amazing. You know, so it's good. I'm free, and it's like unheard of. But at the same time, I was like, I'm gonna drive for Uber, and like I have no idea how I'm gonna pay rent. Like I'm living in my car, and then eventually I got in after a couple months of waiting, and now I have my own spot, and I'm so thankful. And yeah,
that's fresh, dude. Dude,
now at Pinewood, yeah,
no
fresh.
one does it like you, man. No one.
It wasn't fresh for a minute. Like now it's fresh.
That's cool. Well,
it was crusty. Indie legend energy, like trying to be that, you know. It's like
straight up, dude. Nobody does it like you. You always find a way to innovate and stay fresh and stay afloat, and your artist career has been like for real. It's so inspiring to watch. I'm constantly inspired by what you do, and I like we have so much to talk about today because even though I've only known you for like 3 or 4 years, I feel like I've witnessed so much just like energy and momentum in what you do. You know
emotional,
what I
mean? Thank you. Yeah, man, for real. You too, man. You keep me going when I'm like, man, Freeze is out there doing it.
That's
like,
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's been great, man. Like even when I was on the show, I'd pull up the Instagram and see you jumping on stage diving and you know what I'm saying, putting out the crazy songs with the glitter, and I was like it's the same energy, man. Like me and Pat, we hang out all the time and still doing music stuff, and we're like, man, remember Freeze Fest? I'm like, yeah, dude, that was like a major highlight moment, multiple highlight moments of the multiple Freeze Fests.
That's cool. Maybe we can do another Freeze Fest together sometime. That'd be
absolutely, dude. I've been bringing that up to a lot of people, man. Like they're like, what are you talking about? Who's that? I said, no, like here's the Instagram. And people, like the thing is, man, you can't even capture on Instagram.
Right.
And they're like, Fat Bites? I'm like, no, it's Fat Bites. Like, here's the video. Like, it's like, we're here. It's for real.
Yeah,
Bree with the dog. It's Bree with the dog. People don't know, like, the levels that we were on and that we're still on, and the indie Nashville scene and the art and the love. And, like, it was cool that you really brought that together. I mean, I was like, when I went to the basement show, it was like right before it got like destroyed or something. Like it was the tornado. But I like knew, I was like, when the tornado hit it, it wasn't cool, but I was like, you know what? I think that we did everything we needed to do with that free show. Yeah. It was kind of like the end of the era. It was like, yeah, like it sucks, but I think we did it. I think we did what we needed to do, and now it's gone, but it's okay. But no, it was awesome, man. It recharges me whenever I see stuff that you do. It helps me recharge and get back to like the roots of the indie energies and why people love it.
I feel the same way, for real. So right off the bat, we've got to plug that you've got an album that you're working on, Folkstar.
Yes. Folkstar.
This is epic.
Songs. It's epic, bro. The cover is me. It's I redid the 1998 Doom PC game cover, and it's me for real. It's insane. It's me on a mountain and I'm like leveling up Dragon Ball Z, like Goku energy, and I'm being attacked by a bunch of space Karens. And it's like insane. Like I did this months and months and months ago, and now Karen's more relevant than ever. But they have like live, laugh, love lasers, and like it's insane, dude. I'm proud of it, and it's 10 songs. I wrote some of them when I was 16. Like they're like in the archives, and it's emotional, and it's the most me that I've ever done on a record before, and it's like my first real actual like me on a record album. I'm gonna get some phone calls from friends like, man, like, why'd you put that song out? That was too vulnerable. But I love that. You know, and it's important.
Totally. This will be your first album since the industry standard album that you put out right after Idol, right?
Yeah, it'll be the first album, and it's the first one where I'm the sole writer, and I'm kind of like, I kind of low key when I did Idol, there was so many things in the air, man. It was crazy. Like I was up there, like, with, you know, next to the big Shawn Mendes airbrush, Selena Gomez on the wall at Radio Disney. It was like terrifying. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, I don't want to be airbrushed, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't know if I was going to get signed or if I, you know, how I'm going to pay rent. And I was like, man, I don't know. And so like, I kind of, everybody really like low key, like they're like, man, I want those songs. I want that songs. I want those songs. And I was like, oh, hey, man, like, how about I just write us all a bunch of new ones and I'll just keep those for later. And they're like, okay. And that was what an industry standard was.
Whoa, okay.
So I protected these songs because I didn't want them to just be wasted. And, you know, we love it. I love Nashville. I've done writers' rounds and I've done the writing in the rooms. But there's a different feeling, man, between like you and your friends doing a song about the smoothie and like going in and being like, all right, guys, we have 2 hours. We're at Frothy Monkey. And is this the hook?
Yeah, right.
It's like, is this the hook? It's like, no, like I wrote these songs and cried about these songs for like 15 years. And like, I'm embarrassed. Like, it's like that vibe on this record. Like, why am I putting these out? Like, what am I doing?
Right.
It's like that vibe.
Yeah, totally. And we can't, there are, I think, people who, I have friends who've gotten into like kind of the more corporate songwriting and they love it, but I don't know, at the end of the day, like there are teams that can write a good song, but there's also something about just one person just bleeding their heart out, just putting their soul on the line, just being like, this is my heart, and it's unstoppable, you know?
I think both are, I'm trying to learn from both. Like, okay, let me learn a little bit from the solo bedroom, and then let me learn a little bit from the hit makers, and maybe if I can do both. My goal is to do both. I think we kind of did both on this. Like, I just shoot on these songs, and they evolve with me. They grew up with me, and it's emotional, man. Like, they're good. The crazy thing is, like, so Saint Pressure, Cole, he produced the record.
Oh, cool. Whoa.
So that's great. It's like Sidewinder, like yikey. Like, people are like, what? That dude does rap and like crazy futuristic Charlie XCX stuff. Yes, he does. And he produced my folk record. It's like that. It's like that vibe. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah, dude, Saint Pressure and like Messiah and all those homies are making some of the craziest music.
Innovative. I mean, like, I hung out with Messiah when I was on Idol. It was like a cool moment to go to his house. We did some co-writing, and, you know, I don't know where the song's at, but it was cool hanging with him, and I learned a lot, and he's like the same energy as me. And then same thing with Cole. Cole's like a really good friend of mine now, but I was just at his house like, man, like, I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do. This label hit me up and they want to do a record. And then he was like, what? And then it wasn't even like a finesse vibe. It was just like, hey, man, I'm kind of embarrassed, but I'm really into folk right now. And I'm like, what? Like, it was like, woo. And even like the sound, man, sonically, it's like a Bon Iver energy too. It's like really weird. I have like auto tune at certain tasteful moments, not on the song, but like weird, like the echoey VGVs coming in. It's like, it kind of just creates this feeling. It's like, that's what the record is. It's like a feeling. It takes you into this world, and that's what I kind of try to do. And yeah, it's insane, man. The first track is almost like Uncle Rico dropping you off at school, Napoleon Dynamite. No, for real. It feels like 70s Ice Skater. And I
Wow.
I put up the big 70s ice skater videos on YouTube and like had that in the background. Like it's like there's a lot of thought into it. And it's not,
Yeah.
I've never had something this quality put out. And the cool thing about it too is like, so we didn't even get into this so much, but like I did Idol and I left, got kicked off, thank God, because now I'm off the contracts, but I got kicked off.
Yeah, you got off
And
right at the right time.
dude, it was a major bump, so we bless it. But I got off and then left, and then this guy is randomly, Pat had a dream, guitar player Pat, you know, he played the shows, Freeze Fest, Matching Test, love Pat. He had a dream, he was like, dude, I feel like we're supposed to have an Airbnb in Venice Beach. This is like crazy. And so me, Pat, and Daly had a 1-bedroom Airbnb in Venice Beach. It was crazy. And so I'm off Idol. We're in this Airbnb, super indie energy. We're tracking songs. I wrote this song called Before, which is on the record. And basically, this guy named Tazo, who's a friend of a friend from Helena, who works with Todd, who was my manager at the time. I'm now self-managing, love it. She was like, hey, this guy wants to meet you. And I was like, cool, but also like I don't know. I had done so many Idol meet and greet energies, but he was cool.
Yeah.
He's in the band Youngblood Hawk, and like he's like a cool guy. And he actually now is the head of North America at the label that I'm at. But I met him, and he was cool. And he's like, dude, I want to do a record with you, like randomly. Like this is like after the show. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like God vibes, like thank you, like big vibes. And met him in a couple of months of negotiation, and then we actually the first day of tracking for this record, I drove through the tornado. For real, it was in March. No, like I finished tracking at Cole's house, drove through where the tornado went home, slept really good because I was super tired with earplugs. Woke up, there was a tornado last night. Like it was like that,
man.
Whoa. So yeah, it was just a wild. And then Corona happening. I kind of was like, okay, this sucks. I'm going to just go and record as like my way to fight back. So I was like, the record was all I focused on during all of Corona. It was record. And then now we're wrapping it up, mixing and mastering is coming out a couple like October, November.
What's coming out?
The record.
The whole thing?
Yeah, all 10 songs.
Wow, you're just going to drop it on us when we least
expect
it.
We're just dropping it. October, November. I'm also doing a project every month. I have a Death Cab for Cutie cover coming out October 1st. I'm starting to drive to this random barn in Leaper's Fork and track myself like in a barn, like for real.
Wow, you're going to like make a video out there?
Yeah, I already did. Like I filmed myself just like in a barn. There's no Wi-Fi, no cell service. I just tracked in the barn.
That's awesome.
It's like a moment.
I can't wait to see that.
Thank you, man.
That's fresh, dude. So, wow, that's some Kanye energy. You're just going to drop a whole album on us. It's epic. It's out of nowhere.
Yeah,
but you're not going to delay it, I hope. Like
no,
Kanye does.
I'm saying they're delaying it. I was done in March. I did the whole thing in a month with Cole.
Wow, no way.
The whole thing was done. It was done in a month. I went every day. Actually, the big plot twist, so Idol ends. I'm sleeping on my friend's beanbag in the studio. Actually, I got kicked out for living there. It was that crazy. I indie vibes, love it. Did that, and then literally got a phone call, hello, and it was like, hi, this is the job recruiter. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I put my resume into this place, never heard back. And they were like, we have a social media job, because I went to school for that, and I've done that. My LinkedIn's crazy, But and they were like, yeah, this place, it's called CKE. And I was like, CKE? I'm like, in Franklin? What is, okay. So I pulled up, and it was Carl Kutcher Enterprise. And I actually did social media for Carl Jr. Hardy's for like a year.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I actually did. So that ended because of Corona, but I started an agency, and I'm doing okay. But it was just a weird time. It was like I got off of Idol. Now I'm tweeting for hamburger people. It was wild.
That is crazy, dude.
It was crazy. They actually I almost sang a song 12 Days of Hardy's Christmas, but they didn't have a budget. But I was like literally like driving in with the guitar, like ready to go, like with the song about the Hardy's biscuits for me. It was very serious.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you were there for a year, you say?
Yeah, around a year. I would say maybe like 9 months. It was like Idol ends. I immediately get the job at Carl's like a month or two after. And then that just ended about like a month ago. So whatever that time frame was, maybe like 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, whatever
Sweet.
it was. It
And
was
now
a
you're
time.
at, and now you, now what are you up to? You're coming down here to the office to work.
Yeah, now I'm at Pinewood Social Office. I actually, so I started an agency called Sunshine Social, sunshinesocialnashville.com. So we do social media, content creation, ads, everything like that for a lot of different brands and people. And our funny phrase is the last thing we do is social media, and it's true. Like it's kind of like that's a part of it, but a lot of it is just helping business owners out and maximizing things that they do.
Yeah.
That's been great. SunshineSocialNashville.com, and then just doing a bunch of random stuff as well. Trading, Pokemon cards are big right now. Trying to be on the Pokemon card.
What, dude? What? Pokemon
Yeah,
cards are they're like really? What do you mean? What's going on with
dude.
Pokemon?
I mean, Gary V's got pictures of him with Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's blowing up. Like my friend Ryan, he's my business partner, and like he bought some Pokemon cards for like $100 out of like 700. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like
Wow.
the whole world of Pokemon's now like becoming, and then Crash Bandicoot, the new game's coming out. That's huge now. There's like any figures like any like PlayStation like vintage nostalgia is like huge right now. I have
Right.
no idea why. It's insane.
I guess
Doing that,
people are gaming during quarantine.
they're gaming and collecting, and I think wanting to hark back to a different time maybe, and that's like
Yeah.
what those things represent. But it's crazy doing that, writing the record, doing a bunch of cover songs. I have We Are Young coming out, reimagined by Fun.
Nice.
Doing that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know so many things. I've been walking around 10 miles a day. It's amazing.
10
I
miles a day?
love it.
Whoa, just exercising?
Yeah, I just walk around town and just wave at people. I started like tracking it, and I was like, dang, I've been doing this for a minute. Like it's kind of,
Yeah, right.
it's been fun, man.
That's
Doing
cool.
that, and yeah,
So,
thank you.
for those who don't know, you moved to Nashville for a Paramore concert and never went home.
No,
You
I
stayed
mean,
here.
yes to that, but no, I never go home. Like I really did. I really did. I
Yeah.
really did. It was
And
crazy.
yeah, I met you briefly after that, and I've gotten to see your artistry just like go in so many directions. You had this band called Paid Vacay for a while, Paid Vacation.
Shout
It
out to
was
the
awesome. Y'all
boys.
had some really cool songs, and had some awesome shows.
Yeah.
And then you went all solo with Eddie Island. Still got the team. You still got the homies with you.
Yeah.
Got a whole tribe.
Yeah.
And let's see, you put out a bunch of songs. California Cosmo for
Yeah.
one,
That
that
was
is still
2016
doing really
with
well on
with
Spotify.
Brendan, over a million. No, it was crazy, man. Like that song makes 2 to 3 times as much money as the entire album.
Industry standard? No
Yes.
way.
Because the truth is, man, like, we did the industry standard, and it's industry standard because it's industry standard. And they actually edited out the first track. I say it's like I kind of make that more clear that I was not trolling, but it was like this is the industry standard co-write energy, and they cut it out. So it's not in there, but like low key, like I'm on it, man. Like I know all the vibes. You saw me at Two Boots. Like, I mean, it's like, it's real, man. And so Folkstar is kind of, I love industry standard, great record, glad we did it. But I'm happy that I have my bearings, and I'm like, okay, it's time for like the back to the energy of the California Cosmo. I mean, I did that in 2016. That song
Yeah.
is way older than that. No industry in mind, never even knew what that was. I'm still even learning that there's a music industry. I'm like amazed. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
me too.
What is that? Yeah, it's like, what is that? And where are they at? And then it's also like, okay, y'all are getting paid how much, and that's how you write, and that's how you sing. And it's not a judgment, but it's like, dude, like I love the kids that like they just live it, man. It's not
Yeah.
like about like, like I have some big cuts with. It's like, no, like this dude just jumped on a freaking light pole and did like a backflip, and they have spray paint T-shirts, and like it's
Yeah,
like that
right.
vibe.
Totally, dude. Totally. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's fresh. What so once so I mean, what do you think with the future with like coronavirus and just the industry in general already being just as crazy as it is? What are you thinking like after you put out Folkstar? Like what's the plan after? Do you have a plan after that? Do you have some new dreams you're working on or scheming on?
Yeah, man. Rich.
Rich?
Just being rich, baby. That's it. No, I mean, I think for me, it's like, yes, that's it. No, but for me, I mean, Folk Star's coming out. I'm doing some live taping. I had a live stream at Pinewood at the pool for my birthday. It was really cool. I sold tickets. I did like a VIP meet and greet. I had like a physical gift. It was really great. I'll be real though. Zoom audio is hard. Zoom audio is hard. I might check on the show. I was like, put in the comments if you can hear me. It was like, like wild. So I think the key with those is you pre-tape and then you stream that live, and then you
on like
do a
YouTube.
a live like meet and greet with Zoom where it's not like super crucial that the audio is good. That's kind of the way to finesse around that. I'm gonna do live shows. My dream is to do a Third Man Records collab movie drive-in summer show here at Pinewood. I'm manifesting that. We're speaking out. We're believing that.
For next summer or this summer?
Yeah, this upcoming summer. I want to do like crazy movie 1950s like roller skate, like cool, like the families out at the drive-in. It's the drive-in. Like there's a lot of artists that do like drive-in tours, like the crazy drive-in tour.
Yeah.
The hot dog, the pretzel, the show. I mean, I would love, my dreams to do a tour with you guys, have like a Freeze Fest take like tour. Oh my gosh.
That'd be fresh.
Mega fresh. And like, so anyways, that's kind of the dream. Like right now, I'm building an online store, EddieIslandShop.com. I'm doing
That's
that.
right. EddieIslandShop.com.
Yeah. So the goal is to do like consistent releases. Once a month, I'm dropping a project with merch and like products around that, and like influencing and like touching people in that way of like, hey, like it's Corona, everyone's at home, but here's like a cool product, a cool song, and a cool visual to go with that. And like, you know, come to Nashville for the crazy drive-in movie that's mega safe, mega spaced. And then that's happening. And then a million other things, social media, music, products. I want to do my own TV show called Island of the Lost Toys. I'm trying to work on that.
Dude, what? What is this? A show?
No, yeah. So like, you know, we talked about the Pokemon, and so it's like, okay, we had Tiger King, and that was a sensational thing. It was crazy. And then we have, I don't know if you've seen the show called The Toys That Made Us.
No.
It's 4 or 5 seasons, consistently being renewed on Netflix. It's a smash hit. They go into the history of Hello Kitty, Barbie, Ninja Turtles, He-Man, and it's like the history of the toy, why it means so much, and it's awesome. And people love it, but nobody's doing like the modern of like, okay, the Island of Lost Toys it's the world's most collectible toys, those that collect them and the fortunes they've made. And it's all about like the story of like why that one Pokemon card with the weird print on the back and the weird color, it's green, is worth like way more than the others. And like the story of the weirdo dude that saved it in the bookmark in the book and then just found it. And then it's the auction at the end where he's like, I just paid off my college. You know, I want to do shit like that.
Yeah. Oh,
like
wow.
Pickers, that's what I'm saying. American Pickers, like.
But like, you're the host?
Maybe, yeah. I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to, but I'm down. Like, we're trying. Like, I mean, I don't know. So that's one of the ideas I have. I have a million ideas, but it's just been fun, man. It's so surreal to even be talking to you at Pinewood. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
for real.
A record deal? What the heck? I mean,
yeah, you've got a record deal now.
Yeah, and I'll say this, man. The cool thing about what I'm doing is it's a flex later situation where, like, but I stay free. Audio Network's incredible, man. It's different than what you would think. It's kind of like I'm like one of the first Viners, like when Vine came out, because the model is different. So they only own the project. They don't own me. They just own the project.
Like the album?
They own the masters of Folkstar, but I get 50% of the revenue forever. They paid for the record, non-recoup, so I don't have to owe them for that. And they monetize it, and they do 70% of all sync licensing on BBC. So they're major, like huge sync licensing. And they have like an algorithm and software that cuts the song up and creates these different placeable things. So like each song might have like 10 different mini songs within the song.
Whoa. And where do those
See
mini
what I'm
songs go?
saying?
Like the TikTok or?
TikTok, a commercial, McDonald's, the movie.
Yeah, right. Because commercials now might only be 5 seconds if it's on YouTube.
That's
So
what I'm saying. So it's like, it's unbelievable, man. They're experts at that. I've had multiple calls with LA and London. They're like, we're seeing so many places for this right now. It's insane. I'm kind of like this free agent within the label because they don't like, I'm not signed. And what's
yeah.
crazy, and this is the big twist, plot twist, is like E1 just bought them.
Whoa.
So now I'm like technically E1.
E1. Wow.
And they have an office they just put in Nashville.
Whoa, really?
And I'm like planning events with them, and like I'm like the new E1 Nashville guy, but I'm also just on Audio Network. So it's like this cool situation where like they don't own me, I'm not signed to them, but I'm like working with them, and like
Yeah.
so it's like my dream, man. Like, cause real talk, like the real dream is so much different than what you think it is. And so many people, like, for the sake of looking cool or impressing other people, sacrifice the real dream for a fake dream for now. And like, I was working at Target and homeless and broke and idols over, and everyone's like, oh man, if only, lost management, if only it happened to you, man. If only like, and it's like, man, I understand that, but like my real dream is I'm at Pinewood with Freeze right now with the iced coffee, and like I'm free and I don't hate my life, and I'm not having to go to writers camps, and I'm just doing whatever it's a vibe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it definitely seems more. Yeah, winning a competition like that does seem like it has. I don't really know the inside, but it seems like it does have some pretty heavy like contractual obligations.
Yeah, and it works for a lot of people. I mean, it's great, man. Like it works for a lot of people, but for me, I'm just different. And I
Yeah.
think also like the 360 deal type stuff's just outdated, and I'm okay with being a pretend, like loser for like a year, and then like, oh wait, that's the album, and now it's like kind of like that. It's
Yeah.
it's like oopsie, like like. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at now. It's like I'm happy, I love it, man. I'm thankful, and it was a crazy ride though. I mean, I'm still like kind of like processing it. I mean, like I'm still kind of just beginning to realize that it happened for real.
It happened so fast, dude.
It happened,
man. And
like it really happened.
It really did help you. Like you gained a ton of exposure, like especially on like Instagram. Like seemed like all of a sudden there was just a lot of people who were caring about you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the bathroom and came back and got 3,000 followers.
Really?
And I went to, I had the watch party at
Lucky Bamboo. Yeah.
Like I remember going to see Matthew Terror at Freeze Fest, so it was lit at Christmas. And then I just went there, and yeah, man, I mean, it was surreal. People like us, man, like we're real artists and we're real talented. It's just this weird thing where as soon as you can get the American Idol blue check, or you can do that thing that the everyday person recognizes, that's when it works. Because it's like, oh, you do music. Like even like growing up, like, where I'm from, DC area, it's like people don't do music there. It's not like okay to do music. And you either work at the Guitar Center or like you play classical music, or it's just like not a vibe. And so just to have my parents call me and say, Eddie, like my boss was like, for the first time, like talked to me and was like proud of me. And I was proud of myself because you were my son. And I was just like, it's like emotional. It's like, wow. That to me is the real idol, is like, I love myself more now. I'm okay. Like that's idol. It's not really like, oh, okay, cool. Like, clout, or you did this. It's like, no, like I actually like I'm get to be an artist now, and like people understand me more. You can't put a price on that.
Yeah, and you really can't.
That's kind of the switch. But here's the funny thing though, that I'm almost frustrated at myself about, is that was there the whole time.
Right.
I was there the whole time.
Wow.
Like you don't need, here's your permission slip. Here's your permission slip. Treat it like a business, but it's not a business. It's like really weird, man. Like I'm like, oh, I should email people and I should do a record release and all stuff. And I'm like, why didn't I do that when I didn't have? It's just like, what? You know what I mean?
Right,
It's just
totally.
it's a dumb switch,
But you have that added like confidence and rhetoric, and like people, there's so many more people now who like believe in it that I think sometimes that support does help us like
oh,
be
it
like,
does.
okay, I can do this. And I think a lot of indie artists, they have those insecurities because there's not enough affirmation around them. And it's
No,
hard to just foster that yourself, have some sort of Kanye energy and be like, I'm about to do something dope when you're like, I don't know if anybody's going to care if I do. You know, it's hard to like keep pushing and pressing and believing in a dream. I think a lot of people struggle with that insecurity and with doubt, you know, myself included.
yeah,
Some
man.
days, you know, some days I wake up
Oh,
and I'm
you
like,
have to, man.
what's
It's
going on?
bonkers. Yeah, man. I mean, the fact that you kept going helped me keep going, man. I was watching you when I was on Idol, for real. It was
Yeah.
like, I remember I was like, man, what am I doing? Then I saw you doing the crowd surfing, and I was like, yeah, that's got to get back to that.
Yeah.
Because, dude, but I'll be honest with you, man, like, it sounds crazy, but it's almost harder, or it was initially, before now I have these cool bullet points, like, label, but I didn't have all this. This came together recently. Like, this
Yeah.
was like, and to be honest with you, man, it was horrible, because it was like, oh wait, I did Idol, and now what? Like what? And like also, I think even before that, it was just like, even on Idol and before Idol, it was just like, you just have to have a belief in yourself, and you have to have this grit of like, I'm gonna die on stage. I mean, they said, how'd you keep going? I said, I would have killed myself, and I mean that, if I didn't do music. And I was
Mm,
gonna live, damn it. Like
yeah.
that. It was like, no, because for real, like when you're a true artist as well, it's like we can't breathe. It's like a fish out of water. It's like the
Yeah.
whole world is dark. The whole world is dark if I can't express myself. And
Yeah.
I'm just thankful now that I fought for that opportunity. But like, man, I'll be honest with you, it's the same energy as me when I was playing at Two Boots with the band. Nothing has changed. Even Idol is great. So thankful. But it's almost harder in a way, because it's like, oh, I had this thing and now I got to do something about it. And before it was no pressure, but I think it's good to learn from both and just push further from both. And did you have the same sauce that you got? I mean, you're like a hero of me, dude, for real.
Thank you, man.
Like
Yeah,
for
that
real.
means the world to me, for real.
Yeah, and I want to definitely collab soon, and I'd love to do something, and but just start pushing, man. Like you have the sauce. I love the fam. I love the band. No,
Yeah.
I was like a fangirl when I went to the the show in East Nat, for real. The last stage crowd. I was like, oh my gosh, like
I'm
Pat
so
met
glad
me
you were there.
there. Yeah, I was like hiding because I was like afraid to go. I was like so afraid to go out in public because it was just like mob, and I went there to recharge myself. It was like
Yeah.
that moment. It was cool.
Right. Man, that's cool. Yeah, that last space prom was
The
really,
Star Wars.
really
It was
fun. Yeah.
like it was a memory.
Um, has since Idol, like, and you saw a big, you know, a spike, like you said, you went to the bathroom, you came back and you gained, what did you say,
Yeah,
3,000?
30,000.
Oh, 30,000.
No, dude, it's the numbers now are bonkers.
um,
Everything is bonkers.
yeah, having such a spike, was that, have you seen since then? I'm sure there are some people who were just in it for the moment, but have there been a lot of people who were like, no, we're like on this and we're like still here from Idol who
Be
just love what
real.
you do?
I would say 90%. Which to me, like I kind of, when I went to Hawaii, I was checking to see if they really said aloha. It's like it's that kind of vibe where I'm like, are y'all for real? And it's like, no, y'all are for real.
Really?
Like I got people that do fan art, DMing me. I'm sending stickers to Canada, to Switzerland. I'm like, they're real. I mean, international
Wow.
fans, fans in the UK. And I'll be honest, man, like being totally real, no ego energy. It's like, I probably have millions of fans for real. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
People just can't find me, or they don't know that I have an Instagram called Nashville Mayor. Like I meet so many people and they're like, you're the guy, you're the only guy. And like, they're like, oh my gosh, like I love you. And I think, man, I did something special on the show. I was just myself and I played original music, and no one really does that on Idol.
Yeah,
Like
right.
no one does it for real. Like I for real showed up. I had the same pants on from the audition. This is the same shirt. It's like, it's me. Hi, it's me. This is my guitar. My band put googly eyes on it, and it's in the garage. And I don't have enough money to buy a new guitar. This is it. If the strings are dead, I'm broke. I'm about to get tater tots at Cafe Coco for real when I went. And it was like, if you love it, cool. If not, I'm going to keep doing my thing. And they loved it.
Yeah, that's
It was
cool.
scary.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine, man. Do you ever like after being out there, do you ever think about moving out there? Or do you love staying in Nashville? Do you like what's going on
Um,
here?
I miss the house show era.
Of
Um,
Nashville?
yeah, but for me, man, I definitely like Nashville. I'm going to be using this as a home base, but I definitely want to get a home in Hawaii and probably a home in LA, Eagle Rock area. And then
Hawaii, bro. Dude,
yeah, I
that would
went
be
to Hawaii
insane.
with them. It was good. Alani, Disney Alani.
What is that?
It's like the Disney Hawaii Hotel.
Wow. And you wait, why did you go out there? Just to do it? Or
For Idol.
oh right. Oh, right, on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I played Don't You Worry Child on the beach with Katy Perry.
I remember that.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I was
It was
watching it every week. I
crazy.
was like, I
Yeah.
actually I don't normally watch Idol, but I had to watch
Same.
it for
Well,
you.
that's the thing. That's the thing, though. All my fans are like, it's like the cool son or daughter that's like in the living room listening to like Fleet Foxes. That's like, Mom, like, shut up. Like, why are you cheering about this dude? And then it's like, wait, I like that guy. And those are the
Yeah.
fans. It's not like what you would think. It's people that are like just like me, which kind of scares me a little bit, but it's good
Yeah.
though. But it's
Yeah.
like I didn't know y'all existed, which is cool. I need to kind
Right.
of get with that more, and like I'm learning just to love myself and to be able to feel safe, feel trusted, and let
Totally.
people in. It's a hard balance. I mean, you'll understand when things start popping off though with the boundaries, because like my phone, like it like crashed and like died from all the notifications for real. It's not made up.
Wow.
Like I saw Instagram go like this, it spun, and then it just went black, and my phone died. Like it was battery gone. It was like I've never seen in my life something like that. And like I could not. I changed my number 2 to 3 times. It wasn't me being bougie or like being too cool. It was literally like I couldn't even open my phone without like it being text, 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 text.
Right.
Everyone I've ever met in my life reached out to me. And I mean that for real. Like if somebody saw me at like a diner like 5 years ago and was a waitress, they reached out. Like it was that level. It
Wow.
was nuts. It was nuts. It was really cool, but at the same time, it wasn't cool. I had to learn a lot. It was kind of traumatizing, but I'm okay. But I definitely disassociated hard. Like I
Oh
kind of
yeah.
just like closed off. It was like a deer in the headlights. I don't think humans are made for like that level of like it's just like
Especially that quickly.
no, and like
To
no
go
one.
from like here to here all of a
No.
sudden, just immediately.
Yeah, and everyone went from like shut up to like keep going. It was like
Yeah, right.
weird. It was just like crazy. It was like
Yeah.
what?
I feel like one really cool thing about just like that experience, like gaining the fans and friends you do from that, is that like whenever I'm doing DIY touring, it's cool, and I meet a lot of really cool people, but the people that I meet are oftentimes really similar to me. They hang out in similar places. It's a very similar demographic. And sometimes when I'll play like a church camp or like a conference or something,
Hmm.
and there's all these kids in the front row cheering, or there's like, and they're like, you can tell their lives are being changed. And sometimes I think
That's
about,
what I'm saying.
there's a difference between just playing for people who are like you, who want to be cool, a bunch of cool 20 somethings, to like having people of all ages and all walks of life who
Yes.
are watching you on a show. Then
Yes.
they're going to like, you can see more clearly how you can impact these people. You're
Tracking.
not just doing it to be hip.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's where I kind of had to let go of the hip, because it was like
Yeah, right.
this dad from Pittsburgh, shout out, like he sent me a butterfly. Like he's like, yeah, my mom or my dad died. I think it was mom or I'm sorry, but yeah, he was like, my mom or dad died. I'm already seeing him, the Instagram, everything. I just did that with names, but like, he's
Yeah,
like, your
right.
song, like for real, like I like cried when I read this. I didn't say anything, but like for real, it was like your song helped me like through that death. Like, and
Wow.
that's like, I mean, that's beyond. I have people that are like, yeah, like and people say that, like, this saved my life, Chipotle saved my life. But it's like, it's way different when you're like meeting someone and they're like, no, like I hated myself and I saw you on there and it made something clicked, and now I'm like better.
Yes, exactly. Right. And that's
And it's
worth
like,
more than a
wow.
pitchfork, music review or
That's what
something.
I'm
You know what I
saying.
mean?
But I think that's where it comes from is like, yeah, I didn't have to be cool anymore.
Yeah. You don't have to. People,
No.
people with massive followings aren't cool, quote unquote, but you have your people who believe in you and you're making art that's impacting people and culture. And at the end of the day, that's way cooler than being the most hip band of
But
all time.
that's the thing though, is it's like I realized with me is like I don't try to be cool, and I've not been cool for so long that actually I'm the coolest.
Exactly. Right.
When you stop, it's like this weird. It's like a weird flip of like the cool levels of like, oh wait, that's like actually the biggest flex is he actually doesn't care for
Yeah.
real. And then
Right.
it's like, oh wait, like what?
I feel like
Like
we see
it's
that.
like,
I feel like we see that in like hip hop and like rap all the time.
mm,
Like all these
mm,
rappers who are just like,
mm.
we love them because they just are so unashamed to just be
Yeah,
themselves. It feels so fresh. It's so refreshing to be like, oh wow,
fresh.
that guy's insane. He's just doing his thing,
Fresh. Yeah, exactly, man. It's crazy, and that's where the music's coming from for folk stars. It's like these are the songs from like my mom would always, my dad would visit me in college, or I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, and they'd be like, oh, well, let me just film what you're working on, and I'd play these songs, and I would forget about them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them I never forgot about, but some of them I did. And I just found this old flash drive, and I have it on my keychain now. I have probably 2 to 3 records full of folk songs that are unbelievable on this folk drive. And I flash drive, and I just was like, oh my goodness. And it was a lot of work, man. I did 3 shows. I did the 100 People Who Love Me,
Yeah,
and
right.
that was right after Idol. I was very emotional, man. We rented out a warehouse. We sold out. Immediately, I've never seen this happen in my life. The show ends, everyone stands and gets in a line from the meet and greet, not one person left.
Wow.
It was just like, wow. Like
Oh
real
my
love.
god.
Real love.
Gosh. Yeah,
I know,
right.
that's what I say, gosh. It's like, like, so I did that. And then second show was like a weird mix with State Pressure as DJ and bass, and then his brother Tanner played drums. It was
Oh,
good. They were like, dude, you weren't happy. And I was like, I wasn't happy.
dang.
I wasn't happy at the first show. It was too much, man. Like, you know what it's like though, man. Like you coordinating the band. Man, the guitar player's having the time of his life, but I'm depressed. I haven't slept. I'm broke. I'm paying out of pocket for all this stuff. It's just crazy. And
Yeah.
so that happened. And the last show I did was acoustic, just me and the guitar. And they were like, man, I resonated with that. That was the best show ever. And the other shows were best show ever too. But in my head, I was like, you know what, dude? Like, me and the guitar is something special. It's the lowest cost. I can get on a plane right now and fly with no drama and play in anywhere in the world with just me. And so that kind of is what influenced Folkstar. It was like, okay, people love that music. Stay Okay's acoustic. Idol was acoustic a lot of the time. Let's just do the folk record. And it's really not a folk record. I mean, it is. There's some hardcore banjo and some steel guitar. I mean, people are not ready for this. I'm probably going to get like a CMT award for real or CMA for real. But at the same time, there's like punk music. There's like weird, like just everything, just no genre on a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like crazy, man. And
Fresh.
it's fresh and it's me. But also I wasn't afraid of fitting into folk or fitting into that genre and trying to add value. The add value has
Right.
been the big flex for me recently.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool. Add value.
add value and innovate that world. But I have like 6 records I'm writing right now, just in my head and in the folders. Like
Yeah.
I have like different genres and different names and different worlds and different feelings. But
It's unstoppable. So you've just got you could just keep doing it. After
forever.
Folkstar, you feel like you're gonna be pretty quickly turning onto a
Yeah.
new project.
Yeah, it's called Future Skates. And then I have Musk, I have Ecosystem, I have the Death Cab for
Wow.
Cutie, I have Emeralds, I have Internet Special Affair cover, King Princess 1950. I'm doing Monday, Mama's in the Papa's Office Monday. This weekend, Oh Hey cover coming out. I mean, I'm just like, I'm on it. Every day I wake up and I do the best I can.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, I don't know, man, it's just fun. And there's so many resources, dude. Like, I want to say right now to all the artists and you, everybody out there, check out fiverr.com, Fiverr.com.
Oh, what's that? I've seen ads for it, but I'm not super familiar.
People do gigs on there, and I've just found it to be unbelievable. Like, I have a guy, his name's Elephant Licks, and he plays guitar, and he's based in Nashville, but I met him on the app, and he plays great guitar for me. Like, I'll pay him like $50 and I get like the best track for like my song, the best track, acoustic, electric. Sometimes he'll do extra instruments.
Elephant Licks?
Elephant Licks.
I wonder if I can find him on, I wonder if we know
Find
each
him
other.
on Fiverr. He's got a big, he might already know him. He's got a big 5 stars everywhere because he's great.
Wow, how cool.
And then I got a guy, you know, he's like a rap producer, but he does vocal tuning and he does finalization and mixing and mastering. And some of the songs I do are only a couple of tracks. He's $50.
Wow. So people are collaborating on this app.
Oh, millions. And I'm on there like, hi, American Idol. And that's opened a lot of doors. But even pre-American Idol, dude, like, I've paid so much money and I've given away so much of myself to people, and I love it. But the Fiverr is just really changing the game for me, because it's like, okay, I can do some of the legwork, I can produce some of these songs, and I can do a lot of work, track a bunch of vocals, and just send it off and kind of get it done. But like, you know, it's all about the outsourcing. It's like finding the dude that just sits all day long and all he does is vocal tuning, or the one dude that does only piano, or the one dude or the girl that does only violin, and like finding those people, and then they just love it.
Yeah.
And they're quick.
That's what they specialize in.
Yeah, they're quick, they're cheap-ish, and they're like professional. And I think that would even help you. It's like, because you know yourself, it's like, okay, man, like it's hard to get in the studio sometimes. Corona, it's crazy, blah, 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 blah. But now I can just like sit at home, track myself a little bit, and then order the guitar from here, order the bass from here, and then get the thing done. And it's like, wow, music's now unlimited.
Yeah, that's cool. And do you still do Cameo as well? Are you still on that?
Oh, yeah. I have a Cameo I got booked today. Shout out to that. Do a lot of cameos. Cameos, I lived off of Cameo for like a month when I first did off the show, because it was just like, you know, Cameo. And that was what really made me love it, man, because it was like, wow, like it's Sarah's birthday, and I'm going to do a video. Like, what?
Yeah, and Sarah and all her friends are going to be watching you. Like they're so excited.
Like, they're so excited. And like, it's still super surreal. I haven't been able to go out and meet everybody because of Corona, and I canceled a tour pre-Corona.
Really?
Just because, yeah, dude, because like, man, I'm not trying to tour because to make myself look cool and lose money. You know how it is. It's like renting the van. It's a lot. And so it was great. And I just didn't feel like it was the time, but I'm definitely going to get out there and do something for real with some real artists and with some real impact, like ASAP, with Folkstar and beyond. I mean,
yeah,
but
that's cool. That's cool. Well, maybe is the new label going to be able to help you at all with like finding maybe a booking agent or something? That'd be sick.
Probably, dude. I mean, it's gonna be bonkers. It's gonna be like Eddie's touring with Katy Perry now. Like, it's gonna be like that. Even beyond that, I want to do like Cage the Elephant tour for real.
That would be cool. Cage, that would be so fun, dude.
That's my dream. Like something like that. Like,
yeah,
like the Third Man Records Jack White tour, the like Cage the Elephant tour, the Paramore Haley Williams maybe tour, just with Haley.
Have you met Haley yet? Y'all have to meet.
Yeah, I met her a couple times, to be honest, even pre-Idol. Like, I ran into her at the record store at Luna Records at the factory.
In the factory?
Yeah. No, I was just in. No, this is like, I have a photo of it on my Instagram, or like Lindenberg, the folk one, which is my other so I had a folk project growing up called Lindenbrook. It was the name of the street that I grew up on.
Oh, okay.
And so people don't know, like, I released a lot of these songs on that project when I was like 15, 16, high school, and then I you know, moved and did. But like, that was my first love, was that music. And so yeah, I literally, I'm in the factory in Franklin, honest coffee, camo jacket on, and I'm in Luna Records, and I'm looking at records, and it's just me in the shop and the shop owner, and I look up after looking at this record, and there's Haley and Chad, when she was married with him at the time.
Yeah.
And she just met me, and I got a photo, and she saw I was a real artist in this weird moment. It was crazy. And then I like left, And then I did Idol, and then I saw her at the Self Love tent that she did with Di Young with Half Noise. I was at that show. She saw me smile. We had like a connection. I knew she knew who it was, and it was a vibe. And I know we'll meet and hang out and be friends when the time comes. I'm probably gonna work on some stuff that she does for real. Like I just feel similar vibes, but it's hard because like people are like, you're like a mega Paramore fan. It's like, yeah, I am, but I'm really not. Like
Right.
for me, it was just like I graduated college. I felt Nashville was the place. Okay, sorry, I thought Jorge was playing. I was like, because I always play that song. But I love that. People love losing it. But yeah, anyway, so I like moved here and like I went to the show and my friend was like, hey, I have tickets to see Paramore. And I was like, you know what? I said no to all these big jobs in DC. I said no to all these big jobs in Ohio. And I just drove to see Paramore at the Opry.
Cool.
And I slept on my friend's couch that night, and I just jumped around to Ain't It Fun a bunch of times. And something about the song, man, like, I mean, obviously I was still decided that I was going to stay, but it was just Ain't It Fun living in the real world. Like, I just was like, I'm living in the real world now. I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
And then, you know, years later, and then my band changing to Nashville Mayor randomly one night, kept it.
How'd
Now
you
we're
get that? I
here.
cannot believe that Nashville mayor.
Dude, it was crazy. Shout out to the band. Like we had a crazy night out, and I woke up and somebody was Nashville police, and I was the mayor, and we just kept mayor.
Wow. That's
That's how it
cool.
happened.
Maybe have you ever thought about actually running for mayor?
Honestly, maybe it's a little bit crazy right now, but definitely when it's a funner job, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty
Yeah,
stressful. You'd probably get a lot of hate
pretty stressful.
on one side or
Yeah,
the other.
I know. I'm just trying to keep good vibes only on everything, so I don't know. Like, but I'm definitely down to make some big changes. We need some metro. We need some cool things, and house shows need to come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. I don't know what happened with that. I mean,
That was
obviously Corona,
crazy.
but pre-Corona, it was like banned or something like that.
Yeah, I was on the road. I remember when that happened. I was on the road with selling merch with for King and Country with like a bunch of your homies.
With Gabe, yeah,
Yes.
you were with Gabe.
Yeah, and like
Oh yeah, with Gabe
yeah.
and Luke and all that. That was lit.
That was lit. Yeah,
And
with Luke.
Bailey.
Yeah, and
They
Bailey.
told me that you were like in a laundromat, like y'all just jammed in like a laundromat,
Yes, exactly.
like on the road for King Country. Yeah, shout out to Lonnie. Their lawyer is my lawyer now. We love lawyer Lonnie.
Oh,
Lawyer
really?
Lonnie's great. Lawyer Lonnie's great. And I
That's
always see
cool.
the for King Country guys when I go to Dr. Motley, little holistic doctor guy. He's great. So shout out to
Oh,
Motley.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow, wait, a holistic doctor. That's awesome.
Dude, he's lit. It's wild. Like he does like acupuncture. He does like just a million different things all in one. And like it's not wacky. It's just like real.
Mm-hmm.
And he's unbelievable, man. Like he can feel like it's like eye roll, but it's not. But like the vibe of like our bodies, like if something's wrong, like there's a frequency that comes off of it, and he has like a tool that can pick it up. And
Wow.
with natural supplements and with different pain points, he actually can like unlock those things and heal those things naturally. And I've become a believer, and I was like kind of skeptical, and then he was like, oh, this and this and this is wrong, and I didn't tell him any of it, and I was like, whoa. It's like, okay. And then yeah, so he's a great man, and there's a lot of
Wow.
cool friends and characters and things I'm learning. And
Yeah,
um, but
totally.
yeah,
I got excited when you mentioned Luna and you mentioned Honest because I was just there a few days ago. Honest Coffee Roasters down in Franklin and just inside the factory. It's changed so much.
it's changed.
Honest has doubled their size. They just knocked down a wall and expanded. Have you been over there?
Yeah, I have, man. I can't go. The only issue with Idol is stuff like that. It's like I can still go places and stuff, but that's the thing people don't understand. It's like the vibe of like the indie bongo walking, getting coffee, and like not being stared at. You kind of have to trade that in for the music a little bit
Yeah.
with the Idol, but it's okay. But I still go there and stuff. I'll do it to go, and honestly, like I'm not a major fan of the face mask, but I understand. But it's been cool because no one can recognize me.
Yeah. I don't know. You're pretty recognizable
I
with
know.
your
So
outfits.
I'm like, so I kind of put it on and try to like sneaky get a coffee, but
Yeah,
I love Honest, man. I used to work at Franklin Juice Co. in 12 South. I love Brett, who owns
that's right.
Honest, or owned Honest, and I'm memories, man. Bailey used to work at that location. I would go and see him.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Gabe Gabe is like my rock there. Like I'll walk in and like see Gabe on his
Yeah.
laptop, like working on a song in the back or something.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll go sit down. And then also producer John, who produced a lot of industry standard, good friend. He actually works at this like publishing place. You know how it used to be the Americana building? Like right next to Honest, there's like this secret producer, like for
Yeah.
real, by the like statue guy. There's like a
Uh-huh.
secret weird music building that he's in. So I always go get lunch and sit there and with him and talk.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I know. I was like, what? Like there's a whole new thing there. So I go there but I love the factory, man. I mean, it's definitely changed a lot. It's a little more touristy, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I like the Mojo Taco, and I like Jenny's, and we still bless it. But definitely, I think like the era you're referring to was magical, man. It was like back when no one really went there. It was kind of like
Yeah, it's like a hidden secret.
hidden secret Cafe Coco.
You had to walk
Like it
into the
was
factory, and
like
the factory is just desolate. You're like, where
it's
am I? Why am I in like
dead. It's dead.
literally an old factory? Then all of a sudden you turn a corner and you're
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
coolest coffee shop in
yeah,
town.
yeah. Like there's like a weird doily shop that's like out of business. Like there's
Yeah.
not one. There's like a whole like mini mall for like crazy moms that like no one's going to in like the front. It's
There's
like
that
a vacant lot.
there was that bougie guitar store that was like fresh. It was
Yeah.
fresh, but I just couldn't afford anything there
No,
in
it
my
was
whole
fresh,
life.
but I never saw a single person in any of the shops except for Honest for like 2 years, 3 years. And that
Yeah,
was my
right.
vibe. That was my vibe though. It was like no one's here. And then I think, it's gotten bigger, which we bless. But it definitely was a lot of memories of the factory. I still go there sometimes. And
Why were you so connected in Franklin when you moved to Nashville?
dude, a lot of Franklin Energy. Like I went to Cedarville Bible College. I love it, blessed. But like I went there, and like a lot of alumni I actually lived in Fairview on a futon for a year.
No way. Fairview, that's out there.
Yikey. So that was like Franklin was driving into town
Yeah.
when I went, and I also lived in Leaper's Fork in a house with chickens
What?
for a while. Yeah. No,
When that's insane. I didn't know you lived in Leapers Fork.
Yeah, I lived in Leaper's Fort for a year with chickens and a couple months, and I worked at the Target in Franklin. That's why I worked at the Target in electronics for like a long time. Not like a long, but it was a couple of solid like 6 months at the Target in Franklin. Learned a lot. I just framed the Target shirt on the wall of the studio, like as a like never forget.
Yeah.
We did that.
Right.
Real. But yeah, Franklin's been special to me, man. Like I remember going to Centricity there. I just hung out I saw Lauren Daigle here at Pinewood the other day. We had a connection. I gave her a fanny pack.
No, wait, she was opening up for King and Country on that tour. That's the only time I've ever been around her. She seems cool.
She's mega vibes.
That's
mega
awesome.
vibes. We connected. And then what's crazy, this is the big plot twist no one knows about. This is the deep cuts. So she loves Gabe. She actually talks about Gabe to me. And then also, she worked with Cole at Chewy's.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
So she worked with Cole at the Chewy's.
Dude, that's cool.
That's like deep cut, that's like
deep
cuts. Like
wow.
creamy jalapeno, like she gets it. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a vibe. We talked about Popeyes. She was cool. We blessed it. It'll come back at some point. But yeah, I'm just out here living, man. I love it. Pinewood's great. Memories, the factory, Franklin, the Mercantile Deli, not just Trace. We've lived it. I love it.
Yeah, now you're in the heart of downtown.
Now I'm in the heart of downtown.
I mean, you're on First Avenue. Like you're there at the beginning.
I love First Avenue. We can scoot anywhere. We can walk anywhere. We vibe in and out.
Yeah.
Big energy and yeah.
And you live in the artist loft. Do you meet a lot of artists there? Are there artists hanging out? Is it all musicians?
you have to be an artist to live there for real. Like
Wow.
they check it. Like you have to be an artist. They check it. Like you have to have art. You have to be. I mean, they do music, visual, photography, painting, anything like that. You have to have some sort of art.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's cool. I definitely meet a lot of people there. I try to keep it like I meet people when I'm nice, but I try to keep it very private where I live, just for my mental health. Of like,
Yeah.
yo, like this is my sacred, like super introvert zone.
Yeah.
I'm mega extrovert, but I definitely need like a few minutes of introvert, and then I recharge and I'm back at it again.
Totally.
But
Everybody needs a little bit of time to just be
yeah, a
alone.
little
You know
bit
what
of
I mean?
time. And so I love where I live, man. I have a lot of plants. I have like a lot of cool stuff and trinkets. And I've never even had my own apartment my whole life. I just, yeah, here and there for a couple of months, but like never for real. And this is the first time. So it's been like long overdue. And
Yeah, you've been living with the chickens and on the futon in Fairview. I didn't even know that.
yeah, and with a lot, I live with Pat and Corey Martinez. Shout out to Corey, he won the X Games. He's a BMX guy. And I live with a bunch of crazy
Wait,
people.
who? Corey who?
Corey Martinez, yes.
Who is that?
He's lit, man. He won the X Games when I lived with him. He lives by the mariachi.
How'd y'all meet?
Natalie, she shot a music video for the band Black Cat, and then she was cool, man. Shout out to Natalie. She's like, yeah, my friend Corey has an extra room, and me and Pat pulled up to the skate park. Had no idea it was the guy that was at the skate park for the meet and greet for the guy. And I signed the lease at the skate park, and we moved in. There's a ramp in the front, ramp in the back. It was the year of our lives. I actually got it tattooed on my ankle, 179, and like it's a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a vibe. Like it's like on the
Whoa.
ankle. Like me and Pat had matching tats in that house, stick and pucks only.
I
It was a
remember you
long
saying you had a
time.
half pipe. I didn't realize why.
Yeah,
That's
that was
crazy.
why. That was why for like a year. It was beautiful, and yeah, it was
That's
memory,
cool.
man. It was
Hey,
memory.
do you remember me, or do you remember a friend of ours? I think y'all met because she used to go to Local Sound. Her name is Callie Jane.
I feel like
Callie had like blue hair. She had like the coolest style ever of anyone.
oh yeah.
She
A lot
just
of blue hair vibes.
she just rebranded and is making some of the coolest like country like pop just like dance music I've ever heard. It's so fresh. I
That's
gotta send it to
awesome.
you. I feel like
Yeah, send it to me for
y'all
real.
should be homies.
Dude, I would love that, man. I'm trying to make a lot of music. Producer Eddie's kind of happening. It's not like mega formal, but it's like the producer side that's not just the technology. It's like the feeling.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm outsourcing everything else, but I also can do it. But it's just like, it's hard, man. It's getting that one last take. It's getting that one last take
Yeah.
that has the magical feel, and people don't know. It's like that extra little 5-10% is what makes everything magic.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love that.
That's fresh. That's fresh. I wish you the best for the producing too.
Dude, thank you.
I guess we're coming up towards the end of our hour. Is there anything else we should talk about?
I don't know, man.
Anything else we're trying to plug? Anything else we're trying to rep?
Yeah, I mean, if
Any other
y'all want
stories to
to,
tell?
yeah, DM me if you want a sticker. I can do that. Venmo, it's $5. It's pretty cheap. Dollar shipping, not a big deal. That Island Store's coming out. New record coming out.
Yeah.
Really nothing else. Like I'd love to just collab and let's book a time and let's work on something special. I feel like we got something special we can do for the world.
I think so
Honestly.
too. That'd be so fresh.
Yeah, and like I mentioned you too, Pinewood. Like I was like, this is my friend Freeze. He throws indie festivals, and I'll be honest, like the owners of Pinewood, mega into the local, mega into the real Nashville native energy, and like
Cool.
I could see like a Freeze Fest that like pays all of our bills for the artists in town happening for real.
That would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Like brand sponsors, like a 2-day festival in Nashville, like for the local artists, like, you know, because people got hit, dude. Like, I mean, I had a friend, I just talked to the phone, he lost 350,000
Man.
from shows being canceled.
Right.
And I'm like, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
really is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't lose even close to that, but or ever made that, but we're blessed on the way. But it
Yeah.
definitely was like, I don't know, man. I think it's important, and I think it's cool, and I think we have something we need to do. And you know, anyone else that wants to make something cool, I think just put Nashville on the map for the magic that it has. You feel me? Like that's the next wave.
Straight up. It is. Nashville's on the map now, and it's coming more and more. It's a really special place to be.
I just want to show people like what made me love it.
Yeah.
Not just like the murals.
Yeah. Right.
But it's okay. But yeah, it's like floppy hats and big wings at the golf.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, okay. Like, I mean, there's a lot more going on. I love,
dude, totally. For everybody listening and watching, thank you. And I'll make sure to follow Eddie Island, Nashville Mayor on Instagram, which is where you're popping off literally every day, posting the craziest stuff. It's an exciting place to watch you on IG.
Yeah, bro. Like, I have an agency and everything. And like, I'm like, hey guys, like, don't look at my Instagram for like examples.
Yeah.
It's not industry standard, LOL, but like, it's just this goofy place to go that's different. Like, it's fun. Every day. It's an oasis of the island, LOL, but like, you know, even the island thing, man, like even before we go tying that back in with the time, but it's just like, that wasn't me. It was just given to me. Like,
yeah.
Matt, shout out to Humble Savage, like Matt, like Blake, like he is Vampire Citizen now as his project, but like, it was just like the island thing. My friend Angela, she was a DJ at Engine for a long time. I was living in an apartment in Franklin. I lived at Carrington Hills twice. The first time was with them. Second time was with Gabe, he toured with. But I was living in a living room with another intern with a PVC pipe and moving tarp mini room divider that I built in the Home Depot parking lot for real. And I was just sad. And I was like, what did I do this for? And my friend texted me and was like, man, I feel like you're becoming Eddie Island. You're just like, you're not talking to anyone. You're introverting and everything. And I was like, that's the name.
Whoa.
And that's how it all started with that. But anyways, I'm just like rambling. But it was.
And then now we're on the island.
Now we're on the island. It's real, dude. Luke's comping sushi at the rooftop, and Katie wants to ride in LA, and we blessing it.
That's so cool. For everybody, follow Eddie and listen to Industry Standard, but Folkstar is on its way. We dropping either October or November. We don't know the day. It's just gonna hit us.
We don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
Know,
I'm very excited.
I'm excited either way. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Check out the Instagram Nashville Mayor. Let me know if you got cool stuff going on. We'll collab. Anyone, like, I don't care. It's a vibe. And yeah, dude, thanks for having me and welcome to the island. Much love. We made it.
We did, and I hope that we can hang at the exact spot you're hanging at soon. So.
Yeah, let me know about Pinewood anytime. DM me. We'll do a little hang. I'll just scoot down the hill.
Yeah, straight up. I love you, man.
Love you, man. Amazing vibes. You made it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Amazing. Thank you.